The UCI has announced plans to go down the football route by introducing what new system to deal with dangerous driving and riding during races?
I can't remember what it's called. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Go on then, Jimmy.
I can't remember what like the goal technology kind of thing, but like live camera referee.
Like VAR?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I put yellow, red card.
Ooh.
The correct answer is yellow cards.
You said that, and I was like, I'm a dum-dum. Yellow, red card. I was right.
So these yellow cards can be given to anyone in the race convoy. So that includes riders, team car drivers, sports directors, motorbikes, etc. Basically, anyone found guilty of breaching the UCI's current safety rules may receive a yellow card along with the traditional sanctions. 2 yellow cards in the same race will mean disqualification and suspension for a week. If you get 3 yellow cards within a 30-day period, you'll be suspended for 14 days. 6 yellow cards in the space of a year will lead to 30-day suspension. There won't be any physical cards given, but basically there'll be a log kept. You know, you're not going to see someone from the UCI chasing after them with
They should have to stop, receive a card, and then have to chase back on.
That would be funny.
Is this? It's not just riders though, right? It's drivers.
It could be any. Yeah. So
Because there is no. Much to my surprise, I got into the first ever time I was in a race convoy. Got into one of the cars with the DS, assistant DS of a team, and he's like, "Oh, this is my first ever race." And he's there's no training course. There's no practice.
Yeah.
You're just thrown into a race and you have to work it out.
You've got a driving license, presumably.
Yeah,
but
that's it. Yeah,
It's a very skilled thing. Do you see there was that footage that went viral of a team car? I think it was in a women's race, and the team car rides up to a rider and accidentally knocks the back wheel of another rider in front, and then they both go down. So I think that one went. I saw that one on Lab Bible and stuff like that. It went really big. So I think it's to try and prevent.
Yeah, definitely.
It's much more complicated than a lot of people will realize, and it's way more intense as well. Because when you see a zoomed out helicopter shot of a race, it's just like cars driving through a field. But actually, it's stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. Like everything's crazy. They have to choose the right car with no turbos because the riders have to get on the back of the cars to draft naughtily. And if they had turbos, they'd be lurching forwards, and they're all automatics as well.
I would be giving yellow cards for drafting cars and sticky balls.
Part of the sport, Jimmy.
Disagree with it.
So apparently they're going to trial this new system from the 1st of August before potentially bringing it in fully next year. So they're trialing the system, but you won't get the sanctions. And then if they're happy with how it's worked, then from next year, they're going to bring it in fully.
Cool.
They're also going to test 2 new rules at this year's Tour de France to try and calm the chaos of bunch sprints. So the first change is the 3-kilometre rule, which basically allows a rider who suffered a crash or mechanical in the final 3K of a race to be credited with the time of the group they were in at the time of the incident. That's now changing to 5 kilometres in some circumstances, and it's basically because they found that there's a lot more traffic calming infrastructure around finishing sites. So they're trying to stop riders making silly decisions when there's, potentially road humps or roundabouts or whatever it is. Yeah. The second change is the method of calculating time gaps in mass finishes. It's going to be simplified. The gaps between groups will only be counted after 3 seconds instead of 1. The other change that they're making is they're going to carry out studies of equipment such as hookless rims, tubeless tyres, foam inserts, etc. in order to work out what equipment might be contributing to crashes. And this could potentially lead to tighter regulations on manufacturers. So they didn't specifically say hookless rims, but I'm giving you an example of equipment because obviously famously there's been a couple of incidents with that sort of technology.
I think making racing safer is definitely something that should be quite high up the priority, because some of the accidents that happen, especially now, is just brutal. It's absolutely brutal. So make it safer. Excellent.
Yes, and with that, the scores are in. I remembered to keep score this time.
I've definitely not won this. Somehow Francis has pulled one out of the bag. He seemed to know them all for some reason. I feel like he's been cheating.
Francis has a score of 8 out of 9, and Jimmy has a score of 5 out of 9.
Unbelievable.
So well done, Francis.
Unbelievable.
It's you losing.
Why do I look like a mariachi? Potato.